A lot of my clinical practice is working with different platforms that are teaching people how to be married. And when we talk about, teaching people how, there is a learning curve to being married. And I think when people get married, this is part of the reason that most divorces happen within the first 2 years, because marriage gets tough, and what they've always been exposed to with dating or with TV shows or the way we're socialized is love should feel easy. You should be so in love that you don't mind sacrificing, you don't mind giving up. This is not true. When you are in a marriage and every day you're choosing to be married to this person, you have to grow yourself. You have to change inside. I've compiled a list of what is really important, what matters most in marriage. This list is comprised not only by what therapists say, but when we took surveys of people who were successfully married, and by successfully married, I mean they had been married over 20 years and they thrived. Their marriage was full of life. It had a lot of room for growth. Neither person felt tied down, but both people felt like they had a teammate, which alleviated and helped minimize the normal stress. What didn't matter if they had an ill child or they were taking care of elderly parents or anything else. When you make your marriage about these things, you're going to be able to expect a much healthier marriage. Now, when I give you this list, I think what's equally important is you understand if there's a couple things on this list and you're like, oh my gosh, we don't have that, no worries. This is all about practicing, making small movements to end up with a marriage you really love participating in. The more you make the marriage the center of you and your partner, the better it's going to be. So you're not doing this for each other, you're doing it for the marriage. The first thing is calmness, being calm, tone of voice really matters. When people can monitor their voice, and if their partner says yikes or ouch, rethink rather than get defensive or yell louder. Step back and think, what are they saying, and quiet down a little bit. Secondly, listening is soothing. There is nothing as loving that you can do for your partner than to listen to them. Don't be a conversation bully, don't butt, don't and, just listen. When you are able to tell your partner something and they're looking at you and listening, there is no greater connection that you're going to feel emotionally than that. Next, find joy in small moments. You've got to be able to find happiness and joy doing all the drudgery of life, the things you don't want to do, the carpools and everything else. When you are able to find humor, joy in the little things, going for a walk at night, taking the kids out to a restaurant and they're rowdy, but the two of you are in it and laughing together, that really matters in a long-term relationship. You're not going to grow at the same speed, so being able to give each other that room, that space in the relationship for each person to feel like they can grow and learn lessons, but yet be supported. Throw away perfection. I think I've mentioned it so many times. The key to good marriage is acceptance. I mean, after 3 years, you know the partner you have, and they're not going to change. And so you might as well get clear about that and learn to accept the flawed, imperfect person you have. Really, marriage is about finding that person whose flaws you can live with. And sometimes those can be irritating. Choose love anyway. Remember who you're arguing with. I don't know about you guys, but when I argue, I can get so mad. And I can completely start using insults if I'm not careful. Monitor what you say. The person you're arguing with is your lover. This is going to be the person that probably is holding your hands when you leave this earth. Or this is going to be the person you have children with. So keep in mind that when it's all said and done, when you're not angry, this is one of the most precious people in your life. Talk to them that way. argue with them that way. It means you're reflective, and it means that you're in control of your emotions. And if you do go overboard, always come back and apologize. As I said, be careful how you disagree. When you have an argument, time it. If it's over 10 minutes, there's not a solution right now. Agree, do a timeout and say, let's pick this up later, because maybe one of us isn't into it, or I'm too distracted, or I'm too stressed, or I'm angry and I just need to calm down. That's a great way to get space and to also save your partner and yourself from saying something that you won't be able to take back later. And I think lastly, at the end of each day, don't go to bed without hugging or telling each other that you love each other. It doesn't mean that you had a great day with that person. It just means that person knows, I choose you. You can even say something like that. After all is said and done, I still choose you. I'm just angry or annoyed or whatever it is, but I still choose you. If this video is helpful for you, please subscribe. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much.